Why, hello there! So we are back, and today we have a fun project. It is taking all of these chests, all of this mess, including the bird and the bed, and organizing it, which means we need some more storage. So, obviously this is going to be auto storage because this is next door for all of our stone, stuff like that, and we do need to expand it a little bit further. So what I'm thinking is that since we have our precious metals over here, farms down here, this stairway is going to disappear. I'm thinking we will expand this by chopping through these stairs. Yes, we are doing it. And coming over here, and then we will build a secondary storage off of this room. We'll open this kind of up into a main work area right here that we can work. Yes, and that way we can get everything organized and not have a mess of chests, because we need something for wood, corals, drops, miscellaneous, armor, things like that. So let's see, how can we start? Well, we'll remove that glass first. So I am thinking, since our hallway is right here, we need, of course, space for the auto sorter. So the space for the auto sorter is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in. Let me see, we've got torch, stone, repeater. Okay, 5 blocks. Alright, so we need that much space just for the auto sorter, which means that we could go ahead and put a secondary auto sorter over here. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a double chest. Ta-da! There's our double chest. So this here, above this drop, maybe we'll put some glass there. This can be an open workshop area. That will work. Yes, it will. So let's go ahead and fill this in down here. We'll take it down 1 level so that we can build our floor. We don't want to accidentally fall in the hole, obviously. Although I'm sure that would be fun for your entertainment purposes. I'd rather not. Alright, once we have this hole filled, we'll eventually have to go down there and light all that up. I believe there's a mine shaft down there too. Alright, there, cool. So there's our floor. So we're going to have wall, 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 wall. This is floor. We'll need to dig that out and dig this out. So let's go ahead and come up. And yeah, we need to dig. We'll dig 1 up so that way we can work above the roof in case we need to. So let's go ahead and dig this out. And get ourselves a little more organized in this episode. That would be great. And we can make another path over here. We've got our stairwell down there to our mines. So we'll open this up too. We need chests for wood, chests for like coral and underwater stuff. We've actually collected a lot of that. And then we need chests for mob drops. And then some miscellaneous type chests for the odds odds and ends that we collect, like leather armor, chain gear, you know, some tools, things like that. Not necessarily our best stuff, but because we'll build an armory later, but definitely for the basics, including all of our flowers, plants, food. That's important. We've got a lot of food, plants, and stuff we've been collecting. Alright, we need to go one more because that's the wall. Okay, and then let's take this out at least 3 more. And then we'll dig down and see if that's going to be enough space. So we'll build our chests for our secondary storage first and move everything out of the other chests. Then we'll work on building the auto sorter. I think I have enough iron for all of the hoppers I'm going to need. And we definitely have all the redstone comparators, all that stuff, so that's not a problem. It's a matter of iron for hoppers. That was the big thing, but you probably saw the video that we did on our mining trip, so we got a lot more iron there. And then we've, of course, been collecting iron for quite some time, so we should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to dig this out, and then when I transfer all the chests over, I'll come back and we will put the auto sorter together on the video. So I will be right back. Alright, we are back. So you can see we've cleared our room out. We've built all of this extra storage over here. And we've moved everything into these chests. So this one is all wood. You can see we've got logs and planks. And then over here we kind of got miscellaneous, but can't really use this in an auto sorter yet, but it's all just kind of separated by type. So that way it's out of the way. Now we still have some working chests over here that we're using for some miscellaneous stuff, but overall it is all good. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put our auto sorter together for this here, this section, and we're going to include this section over here too, and then we'll link it all together. And we're also, oh, can't go out that way. We're also going to link it up to this area over here. So the advantage is that we've done some work over here and redid some of our system. If you've watched our earlier video, you saw us put this together and I gave a tour. We had dropper elevators. Well, we've taken those out because they were causing some lag, and using the new water mechanics, we have created express item elevators that go from the bottom down there, from that chest, input chest, up into our auto sorting system. Now we did the same thing on the other side because we greatly expanded our smelter. So what we've done is we've got, of course, the kelp burner here coming from the farm. It's inputting the cooked kelp down here. We can't put this directly into the furnace because we have to craft it into blocks, so we have to do that manually. But once we do, we can put it into this furnace fuel chest, and that will automatically distribute it into all of these furnaces. You can see that there's fuel in these furnaces currently. Then we have a furnace intake as well, where we can put anything we want into the furnaces. If it doesn't fit into any of these categories, currently it goes right here. But what we're going to do is take this and link it up to our auto sorter over there. Now, as I mentioned, we redid this in the back, so we've got rid of our dropper elevators and now we have all of this. So for example, the output from the furnaces comes through here into this water elevator and goes up. You can see the workings down there for the one dropper. And then that leads over through those hoppers there, over there to the sorter. Back here you can see we've got our kelp farm growing away. A nice view. So it'll, once it grows, of course the observer will activate the pistons, which will break it there. It'll travel up, over, through these hoppers, and into the smelter over there. Then we have our two chests. So remember, this one's the fuel. This one is the input. So the fuel will come down and travel this one over here, goes through this dropper right there, and goes up the elevator, up that direction, and you can kind of see it, but right over there to that chest, and it goes into that minecart that I'm hopping up and down right there. And once you know, the minecart's full or the hopper is done dispensing into the minecart, it'll cycle on this upper rail, distributing everything into the furnace evenly. The other one, our upper chest, will go two places, or actually one place. It'll go down and into this elevator and up and into that chest and into the minecart to be distributed as well. We also hooked up our kelp furnace fuel source to the fuel dispenser, so it'll always have fuel. So a lot of work. It took a while. We had originally 3 dropper elevators back here, but it was creating so much lag that I decided, well, let's see how we can reduce it. Well, let's reduce the number of droppers, which we did, and we came up with these beautiful water elevators using a piece of soul sand and source blocks. So works very nice. So we may need one of those over here as well, but for now we're going to set up, of course, our system. So the first thing we need to do is connect hoppers. So if you've never built an item sorter, you're going to get to see it from scratch here. So we put in a hopper. Now this is a double chest system. You might only need one chest if you just have one level. We'll do the same thing over here because we prepared all our material. We pretty much used up every bit of iron we had. So we're definitely going to have a mining session. I'll do that off camera and go get a lot of iron. I'll probably hop over to the mesa biome because it's easy to get iron over there. Alright, so next we're going to come one block back and go ahead and set up whatever stone type we want. I've been using mesa blocks just to indicate, hey, these are redstone blocks, don't break, they're not decorative type of thing, right? But you can use whatever you want. There we go. Now once you do that, you're going to place a torch on the back of each one of these facing into the hopper. So we'll go ahead and do that. Doot. We still got to do the other side over there too. We'll get to that. There we are. Now on the front side of these, we're going to put a repeater facing into the block towards the torch. Whoops, we don't want any delay. There you go. Delay won't hurt it, but it's better not to have any delay. You want everything to just sort automatically right away, not sit there waiting. Alright, now once we do that, we're going to take another row of blocks and place that there. There we go, and then we can fill this row as well. Now the next thing we're going to do is come up here to where our hoppers are, and we're going to come out 3 blocks. And I have more just for that purpose. So this covers over your torches and covers over the repeaters. So we'll add that, and we're going to do the same thing over here. And oh, we need more blocks. Not a problem. We have more. There we go. And dut, and dut. Alright, now we're going to take more hoppers. And we're going to temporarily put a block, we will use these, on top of these chests. Now we'll remove these blocks, otherwise you can't open the chests. And of course, if you can't open the chest, the auto sorter is not going to work. But the reason we're going to do that is we need a hopper facing into basically air on top of our others. Now once those are placed, you can go ahead and you can remove these so that they're no longer in the way. There we go. Now on the outside of these, we are going to take a comparator and place one comparator. We're not going to turn it on, we're just going to leave it as is on the outside of each of these. And then we're going to take our dust and we're going to do 2 blocks over. Now that's going to turn on the comparators. As you can see, they're turning on. And we're going to put one more down here to link it up all the way. Alright, that's why it's turned on. We have a block in there. Cool. Now let's do the other side. It looks like I'll only be able to do this section and probably won't be able to link it because I'm going to run out of hoppers. I was hoping I had enough, but I didn't count. So we won't be able to do the other portion, and we won't be able to link it up yet until I go mining so I can make more hoppers. We'll do that. But you're going to get to see how this works. Alright. Remove those. Now we'll do the same thing. Comparator again. Must have a block in this hopper. Ta-da! And then we get our redstone. And we link it up. Now if you do have back-to-back systems like this, and let's say that you didn't have this space, it would be okay. There's nothing wrong with having these linked up, but in general you want to keep it separate. Now that we have all of that ready, we need one more thing, and that is going to be more hoppers and a chest. Now, so for example, if I come over here and let's say that I was just going to start my oh, that didn't work. I was going to start my auto sorter here, like this is my input chest type thing, right? That's too low. We want to go one higher. And of course, you know, the new chest mechanics, you got to make sure you're facing the right way. So that, ta-da! Okay, so let's pretend that that is my input chest. Obviously, you'd have a hopper coming out of it. But we would do it correctly and put our output chest first. Yes, aha, we are genius. There. What we want to do is, with any auto sorter system, you want to place for items to go that are not in the sorter. So that's going to be over here. So we can put a little chest right there. Now that will feed in. All of this takes the items down here so it can go over all of these hoppers. Now obviously we need to fix this so it's facing the right way. Ta-da! And ta-da! There. We don't need this chest. Now what we'll do later once we get more hoppers, since we only have 5 left, is we will take a line from our trash bin that was way over there in our smelter. We'll bring it in and connect it to this chest. Be a lot of hoppers. But right now we can put an item in and it'll go all the way over there because it can't go into these. Now the next thing we need is to figure out, well, what goes in each of these hoppers, because we got to tell the system what can and cannot be done. So for example, the first thing you need is an item. Any item. I like to use seeds because they're plentiful. And then you're going to take, let's say, this stack of seeds to a anvil, and I picked mine up, so I have to find it. There it is. Let's just place it back down. Alright, and you're going to stick your items in here, and for your entire system you want a named item. So I've named mine coins. There we go, we have a bunch of coins. Okay, this is a unique item now that because it's named, so nothing in the game exists that is named similar. Now what we can do is we can stick 4 of these into each hopper right above the comparator. Now you notice it turns on the light on the comparator, indicating, hey, there's something in here to sort. That's basically what it's telling you. Oops, need one more. I only need 4. Alright. We'll just get these all placed. Four. 2, 3, 4. Almost there. 1, 2. Now once you get these placed, you need to choose what do you want to sort into this chest. Now only one thing can go into the chest unless you set up multiple sorters that all input into that chest. So for example, just to illustrate, I could have, let's say, here's my primary chest. Well, we'll do it where there's more space. Alright, here's my primary chest, you know, that I'm going to access and everything and grab items out of. It would be possible to take some hoppers. So now I have 2 systems. I could do this. Well, let's say those are connected. We will just connect them. Just for illustration purposes. There we go. Okay, I could build separate auto sorters, so there's one input into this chest, one input into this chest, and they both flow into this. Then I could have multiple items in the same chest, and you could do that infinitely, but it obviously takes a lot of hoppers, a lot of extra room to set that up. The reason I say that is because when I come around to the other side, some of these chests have one item, and some of them have more than one. You can see that here. Well, I can only choose one item to go into these chests. So for example, let's just take these here at the end. Let's say that I take a stack of that, and under this one I'll take a stack of magma blocks, and then I got a stack of quartz, so I got these 3, right? If I come over to my hoppers, I have to tell it what is going into each of these chests, and I do that here with my coins. So in this one I want nether bricks. In this one, I want magma blocks. In this one, I want raw quartz. Now, it's automatically going to feed some of this into the chest, but it's going to keep some here, and it'll just stop. So you can see we stopped at 41 and 41 in each. Now, what happens is once I fill these up with an item, let's do that for the rest. So in this one, we're going to use dark prismarine, this one regular prismarine, this one raw prismarine, and we'll do our raw purple block and our ender block. Let's go ahead and stick these in so I don't forget the order. Alright, so this one is our dark prismarine. This one is our prismarine bricks. This one here is our raw prismarine. This one here is our purpur. This one here is our end stone. Okay, now we just have the 3 left. So we're going to use just regular old terracotta. Now this one we don't have anything in, so let's temporarily, let's just pretend it sticks. Okay, just to illustrate. This one has dirt, and this one has some grass blocks. Okay, we got a few grass blocks here. Alright, so this one is grass, this one is dirt, this one is our sticks, yes, and this one is our terracotta. There we go. Now, all done. So let's say that's all I was doing. Now I could go ahead and put like these 2 quartz in here, and let's say I put these sticks and that yellow terracotta. Now it's going to feed down and it's going to distribute the items. Now of course the sticks is going to start putting sticks in. You can see it. We got sticks. We had 3 quartz. It's probably already in here. So it would go there. Now what about the yellow terracotta? Is it going to come into here? Unfortunately not, because it is a unique item. It is not regular terracotta, so it's going to come over and feed into our end block here, and you have an item sorter. Now obviously we have some work to do. A real good item sorter obviously is extremely large, because you have 1 chest at least for every block. So for example, for our prismarine here, we would have a chest for prismarine bricks, prismarine brick slabs, prismarine brick stairs, which I don't have any. So I would need 3 chests for this 1 block to sort it effectively. Same thing with our dark prismarine and our regular prismarine, and then I would need an additional chest for our shards and our crystals. So just to cover our water blocks, I would need 9, 10, 11, 12, because we got the lanterns as well, the sea lanterns. I would need 12 chests set up like this just to sort these 3 primary block types and their variants. So an auto sorter can be very complex. Now we're making it simple here in that I just want the basic block of each type to go into my auto sorter, and if I get, you know, little extra things, I'll just sort them manually. Otherwise I would have to sort it. I mean, just think terracotta, we have 13 different block types, right? So that would be 13 times 3 plus several more, because we have bricks from clay that makes terracotta. So yeah, looking at like an auto sorter of 70 chests just to sort terracotta, all the colors, all of the glazed terracotta, as well as the clay to terracotta process, which also goes into the brick blocks, the red bricks. So yeah, we would need a sorter of 70 chests just to do that. Now in the future, we will probably expand our base down here and actually do that and have a hall like this dedicated to 1 block type. Like 1 hall like this would be all wool. We'd have string, cobwebs, and then all of the wool colors, and then all of the wool carpets. It would be 1 hallway. And then we'd have another hallway, let's say down here, that would be, you know, glass. and it'd have your regular glass, and it would have all of your colored glass, and then all of your stained glass, and all of your paints, all in one hallway, and maybe even other glass products, like glass bottles, for example, both empty and filled. So, I mean, that would be an ultimate project. That would be really cool. So, long-term goal, that's what we're going to do. But obviously, when we look at just this one hallway, which would maybe suit one block type, we're looking at a stack of at least 4 hoppers for each block type. That's a lot of hoppers. We're going to need like, what, 2,000 hoppers to build an auto sorter for every item within Minecraft? Goal! Woohoo! Could be exciting. We'll have to, come back as we progress through our videos. This is only, what, video number 22, I think? We're early in the game. Our main focus, of course, is our island up above, but we're just improving bit by bit a few little items like this to make life easier. So that is it for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. Thank you everybody very much for joining. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'll get back to you. Let me know your thoughts and questions as well as suggestions. Maybe you have an auto sorter that works better than this. Who knows? But anyways, thank you again. And as always, remember, it's a game. Have fun.